Hi there, it's good to have you with us. My guest today is Lloyd, who's from Regina. Hi, Blaze.
Hi, Costa.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Of course, it's a pleasure. I heard about your story through someone I know, about your successful entrepreneurial journey. You are in the lash extension business in Regina, very successful business. Place is called Fabulash Lounge. And the reason I invited you, first of all, a lot of people love having their lashes worked on. But secondly, it's your story, your journey as a young entrepreneur and how you found this success. Before we get to that, I had the pleasure of visiting Blaze's place, Fabulash Lounge, yesterday. And with my shaky little iPhone footage, Blaze gave me a brief tour of her place. And I think you're going to like it. Here it is.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lloyd. I am the owner and founder of Fabulash Lounge. I want to take you guys along for a little tour of my space, but first I'm going to put on a mask.
So tell me, Blaze, what is this place all about?
We are the #1 rated eyelash extension studio in Regina. So we just strictly do eyelash extensions, and we're really focused on providing the best quality eyelash extensions on the market. So here we have 6 of our lash chairs that we use for doing the eyelash extensions. They're really nice leather, they're super soft and comfortable.
And tell me a little bit about this place. How'd you design it?
So we opened in June of 2019. I actually designed everything myself. So I came up with the color scheme and how I wanted it to look, and I really just wanted lots of pink. I wanted it to feel really cozy and still trendy at the same time. So that's kind of what we went off of.
So you have someone here. Tell me about this.
Yes, so we have Haley and Paige over here. Paige is doing her lashes. She's getting a volume fill right now.
So what are you doing, Paige?
I'm doing a volume fill. This is one of my regular clients. She's my favorite.
And what do you mean by volume fill?
Basically we make fans and put the fan on every singular natural lash, and it creates a volume look, fluffy, filled, and beautiful.
And what makes it so beautiful?
The thickness, the density, the fluffiness. When you open your eyes, you feel gorgeous. Yeah.
What do you make of the work that's being done here?
We love it. We take lots of pride in the work that we do. We actually crystallize all the fans that we place onto people. So it's a very specific type of eyelash extension technique. It's actually from Russia. So we crystallize the fans so that they last longer, they stay open, they're better for water and oil resistant, and they just create the most beautiful lash look.
And what excites you the most about being here, Blaze?
Everything excites me. I love meeting new clients. I love getting to work with such talented women. I love the space. I love everything.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the studio and you're going to tell me your story.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So there you go, Blaze Lloyd at her business and now here in the studio. So Blaze, the lash extension business. How did you get into that? What inspired you to get involved?
During high school, I really wanted to start a business. I was working a minimum wage job, and it was hard because they often don't work around the hours that you need. I found it hard to get homework done and also still have a job. So I got my eyelash extensions done for my 16th birthday, and I absolutely loved them. I loved the way that they felt, the way that they looked. And I just decided that I wanted to take a course and invest the money I had been saving up for a car and try and start this business. So I did that, and it just kind of took off. I grew this huge passion and desire for owning my own business and growing my own business, and it just kind of started to take off.
Well, let's stay back in your high school years here. What high school are you going to?
I went to Riffle.
So you're at Riffle. How old were you after you took the training?
I was 17 right when I finished the training. So I was just turned 16, or I was 16 and a half when I kind of started taking the courses, and then 17 right when I started.
And what were you, when you started the business, from where?
Just like a small room in my house. We had a spare bedroom, so I convinced my parents to take the bed out of there and let me have it as my lash room. And it worked perfect for a long time. It worked really well.
Like, what was it like working out of your home like that? Like, how did you know? Yeah, what was it like?
There's pros and cons. I liked, obviously, that right after school I could just walk up to the room and start doing clients. But of course, having a business at home with people coming in and out, there's always those challenges too. So although I love the room, I was excited to grow, and I always kind of had my eyes set on owning a full eyelash extension studio, storefront with other lash artists working there, and really growing that.
But you're still in high school, getting through all that.
Yes.
So what kind of hours were you putting in here?
So I would actually do a client around 6 o'clock in the morning before school. So believe it or not, I had clients that would come and I would do a 6 a.m. appointment. I would go to school, and then typically from 4 until sometimes even 11 or 12 at night, I would do clients because I was so eager to grow my business. I was so excited for it. So that was my hours, and it was pretty crazy because there was no one my age doing eyelash extensions, and it just happened to be kind of the right time because I could do everyone at my school's lash extensions, and before I knew it, I had all of these clients who I was able to do their lashes.
But at one point, did you decide to take the next step? You finished high school and you want to move on. What got you to the next step?
Yeah, so it was actually before I finished high school that I had this goal in mind of opening up my lash studio. So being 17 at that time, I didn't have access to credit cards or loans or anything like that. So I knew that I needed to bootstrap this whole business if I wanted to have the storefront studio. So I just started working super hard, saving up every penny I could. And then right when I finished high school, I started looking at spaces, tried to figure out where I wanted to go, did some research, and I found a space that had just opened on Albert Street that I was super excited about. It was everything I dreamed of. It had the open space, nice storefront. It's like 6 minutes away from my house. So I don't know if I was necessarily ready at that moment, but it just felt too perfect. It was the space I loved in a good area. It was everything I wanted, so I just decided to go with it.
But you're still you're still in high school.
Yeah.
You're saving every penny you can.
Yeah.
But how do you get the money involved to, like, you can't just walk in the bank, as you say.
Yeah.
So how did you finance the opening of that business?
Entirely with my savings. I just literally worked non-stop until I had enough savings, and then I went with that. So not much financial help, but now I'm so grateful for that because I feel like I'm really good with money in my business now because I've never really relied on those loans. And then when other challenges arise, like COVID, I wasn't left stressing out about financial loans or anything like that that happened beforehand. So I'm pretty grateful for it now, but at the time I was definitely a little upset that I didn't have access to loans and that type of stuff.
So how long has this business been open now?
We opened in June of 2019, so a
way
year
back
and a
then?
half.
I'm just kidding. So 2019.
Yes.
Okay. So you're barely out of, you're still just out of high school,
Yeah.
essentially. Okay. And what was the business like when you opened? How did it?
It actually did really well. The turnout was quite surprising because I wasn't sure. There's nothing like this in Regina. And it's also a very niche market. Like, it's pretty much just women who are our target market. So I wasn't sure what to expect, but the turnout was amazing. And since then, we've been able to continually grow, and everything worked out.
Let me ask you about the growth in this business. What is the growth in this business? Because it seems pretty limited to just eyelashes, but what's more to this?
Yeah, I thought it was the same thing. I kind of thought I'm just going to grow my salon and that's going to be where this goes. Maybe franchise and open more locations, but that was kind of the extent that my thought had gone to. And then when everything happened with COVID-19, I knew that I needed to pivot in order to keep Fabulash open and to just have another stream of revenue. So that's when I decided to open up Lash Evo. And Lash Evo is our e-commerce business where we sell high quality eyelash extension supplies, tools, accessories, all those things that you need to actually do the eyelash extensions to lash artists around the globe.
So this is under your banner. You're producing these, you're manufacturing these things?
Yeah, we have manufacturers across seas who we use. They manufacture them and then come to our warehouse here where we actually ship them out to people all over.
And what's that meant for your business?
It has changed it, and this is the area that I've really grown passionate for. It's an entirely new space, and e-commerce is growing rapidly right now. It's the way the world is going, so it's nice that there's so much room for growth. There's so many more opportunities, whether that's education through Lash Evo as well. We've recently started offering online education, which has been a different aspect of my business as well. So there's so many things that can happen with this business that it's exciting. There's not really any stop to what you can start.
Well, what other, okay, there's e-commerce, there's obviously the storefront, possibly franchise, as you say, but what other areas of innovation is there in the eyelash business that you are looking at?
So we're really looking right now at being innovative in education. So that's kind of the first aspect that we're really working on, which is online education. And we actually, just yesterday, launched our first and one of the only courses in the lash industry like it. So it's an online business masterclass. So we developed this over the course of 11 months to have 30 different modules of everything lash artists need to grow their business. So branding, marketing, business strategy, all of those key components to actually growing your business is composed into this course that you can take online. So that was one area that we really tried to be innovative in to help people grow their business. And then the other side of things is products. So I actually just invented my first ever product and had it engineered and fully created myself. So that was super exciting.
What's that?
I can't share a ton about it right now, but it is a product that is going to help with the temperature control of the adhesives. So all the adhesives that we use, they have to be stored in a specific climate. So different temperatures, different humidities. And right now there's not much out there on the market for controlling that. So that means replacing your glue a lot more often. Sometimes the glues go bad, and that creates this big challenge for lash artists. So this new product that I've created is going to be launching within the next couple months, and I'm super excited about it because it's very innovative.
And how old are you?
I am 20. I just
20.
have to think about that.
Oh my God. Well, that is amazing entrepreneurial journey that you're sharing with us. Now, there is one aspect of your business, and I think I'd be remiss in not bringing this up. The lash extension business is an unregulated business. What impact does that have on you?
Being unregulated has a lot of technical difficulties because essentially anyone can do eyelash extensions. You could pick up some tweezers tomorrow and start doing lashes if you wanted. So that comes with a lot of issues, as you can imagine. But I think we are going into getting things more regulated. There are going to be some more controls, I think, soon, which I think will be a really good thing. It's nice right now that anyone can do lashes so that there's more people who have the opportunity to start this business. But of course, there's also people that use that and then aren't certified and maybe aren't doing the best practices. So I really hope that this industry moves towards being more regulated like we've seen in other industries, but time will only tell.
It sounds like what the tattoo business used to be before it became much more regulated as well. I want to ask you about advice to particularly people just starting out. What is your advice if you want to get into business on your own?
I think my biggest advice is to just go for it. I think that there's always something that can stop you. There's always something that you're like, oh, I don't know if I should do it because of X, Y, and Z. But I think just going for it, of course, being strategic, writing out a full business plan. I always suggest people to do a business plan and write down like a full SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats? Like going into detail and making sure that you do have everything set up so that your business can be successful. But once you have that, just going for it. Taking the time out of your day to just make things happen, because there is always something that can hold you back from those goals.
Well, you are an amazing story, and I really thank you so much, Blaze, for sharing it with us and the audience here today, and I wish you continued success.
Thank you so much again for having me.
All the best.